everybody, this is Lisa from Paper, Lace, and Bling. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey guys, all of you, I appreciate you so much. And I know I've been few and far between, but now that I have my shop disappeared into my craft room and I'm very happy with the results of my craft room, I can get down to business, having some fun again. That is what I've been waiting for. So this is the first thing. I had a gal come over the other day and say, I just found out that at the end of this month, which is like in 5 days, if that, at the end of this month is a baby shower. And it's for a boy. And she said I made her a mini album for her first baby, which was a girl. This same woman bought for this woman that is having her second child. 10 months apart. Yeah. I said, did you explain to her how that happens? Anywho. So I had this one started, I don't know, it's been several years now. And I had the paper, and I just thought, you know, if I don't sell it, I will use it for my grandson's pictures. But I have since done other things that I'm putting my grandson's pictures in. So I just thought, you know, I don't really need this. So I showed it to her. Now, the first mini album I made her, they loved all the interaction. I made a lot of interaction in that one. This one was made more like a typical scrapbook where it's just page after page after page. So I'm going to have to, and it's not complete, but it's almost complete. So let me show you what I've got so far, and I don't have much paper left, but I'm going to see what I can do to add more interaction with this. Now, first off, this you can add a picture in, okay? This was actually off the cover, and I just cut it out and stuck it down so you can slide a picture of the baby in there. So I thought that was really cute, or just leave it the way it is. I am using a lot of the books. In fact, I have another book that I pulled out. And of course, I didn't stick it in here. I don't know exactly where I put it. I'll find it. I probably put it away with the books. Knowing me. So then this tied closed. So, you know, this has got a little bit of interaction. And so this page is going to be fine. And then this is a big accordion pocket, so it's really nice. So, and then this would tie together. It needs to be still with decorated, but there we go. And then this is also gusseted at the top, so you can fit quite a bit into this space. I was thinking, you know, birth certificates and all of those kind of things that you like to do. Then this is a flap, just a flap out. I loved the page where it was, you know, the whole forest, and I wanted to try and get as much of it in as I could. And this was the only way I could figure out how to do it. I see I have a little break in there, so I will have to fix that. I'll bring you guys along on that fix so you can see how I do it. This is some ribbon that I had, some trim ribbon, and so it's just a little partial belly band. But you can see these are just kind of like photo album ish. There's no interaction on the pages really. It's just slap down the photos, which is what I was thinking I was going to do. So some of these, like this one, I can totally add something down here and I'll be fine. I wouldn't want to cover the picture up, but I do have place I could do something here. This one I probably will leave just the way it is, because I love it. Again, here's another flap. And then we just have, okay, that's not open. So then it's just, again, but I can do something on this page super easy. Can't be too thick because I don't have the space here. Oh, I do here have, I don't know. Okay, so each one of the yellows, I have envelopes. Pockets. I guess envelopes are pockets, but again here, this was a fussy cut out of a book, and it's just Rabbit is leading the pack with his little map, and it was just adorable. But I can probably do some kind of cluster here, or a couple of flaps, or even a waterfall. So we have lots of choices. Again, on this page too, I can do something. This kind of photo album, to me, for people who don't really get the craftiness of a lot of interaction things, I think these photo albums are perfect. And this is, again, what I made for myself. I don't want all of that. I want to see pictures. But I've made simple ones like this to sell. And I've made the mini albums with all of the stuff, all of the interaction to sell. The interaction stuff sells. These do not. At least for me. You know, in the instances when I've had them for sale. Okay, again, another flap. And a very narrow pocket. It is folded around this paper, but there can be some sideways waterfall here. We can put a tag in that maybe comes over the top and maybe tie it down here at the bottom. And you know, we'll come up with some stuff. I just have to remember I don't have that much paper left. Another pocket. This is a side pocket, and I had a little brad that says hugs on it, and Christopher is giving Pooh a hug. I just love this. This Winnie the Pooh is so fun. And again, this is just the piece of, you know, cardstocky. It's pretty thin. Prince Charming. I mean, you know, just adorable. I just love it. But again, she said, oh, I'd love more interaction. I said, okay. So then this one here is, again, another flap. This is the page that I hadn't glued down yet. And so this will probably have some more interaction stuff going on with it. This one has a little tuck here and just a play with the ribbons. This one is down. It's a nice pocket. Nobody knows what a boy is worth, and the world must wait and see, for every man in an honored place is a boy that used to be. Fun stuff. Okay, and then this was the pages that I had for these two, but I will be adding more. And this, see, in that album, they had, one side was the girl and one side was the boy. So it wasn't necessarily the same paper. Like this one has got Piglet and Pooh, and this one's got little squirrels and Tigger and Pooh. So they weren't necessarily the same things. So sometimes it was really tough. Okay, and then I also have a little flap here that I made, but I might remake this flap. I believe I still have some of this yellow cardstock, and give myself a little gusset in order to add some more things. And I think this was probably going to go here like this. And then on the last page, was this. So, I will, like I said, be adding a lot more interaction and stuff. And then I had this on the back, and this is my spine. So far. Now, what I've got here is my container of everything I have for this project. I've got some bling and some ribbon, and I've got more of that little baby feet and teddy bears and pacifier stuff. I've got different ephemera and cards and things on this side, and I've got a lot of fussy cut pieces down in here. It looks like I'm bending a few of them. Okay, so I did have a bag of 66 pieces it had on there, and there's like first step, first haircut, things like that, which I will be using, and lots of verbiage. This is part of the book that I had taken apart to cut out. This is another book that had some pictures. It's a little different finish on the paper, but I pulled this out in case I wanted to use it. But I have another like little golden book, Pooh book, and that's the book that I wasn't quite sure where I had put it. But then I have just what's left. There's yellow and blue cardstock, and then this is all small pieces and a few things that I found that would go, and even some digitals that I found. And then there's, yeah, that's really, and then I had, I think, 2 pieces of the 12 by 12 left that had little boy stuff on it. And, you know, just some of the other things that I've been using. So, not a ton left, but certainly enough to do some other things with. It's lots of fun. So, I am going to be working on that in the next few days. Right now, I'm going to go and soak my feet because I'm so tired. I am going to soak my feet, turn on the TV, and vegetate. I've also been completely cleaning out my kitchen, cabinets, drawers, washing everything with hot soapy water, you know, what is that, Murphy's oil soap and water, and then linseed oiling my cabinets because I've got red oak cabinets. I would love to get them painted, but my husband refuses. Poodlehead. So yeah, so I will start crafting here pretty darn soon. I've got it on my table, and my table is clean and ready to go. I am so excited. Thanks, guys. So this is only 14 minutes long, so you will probably start seeing the me working, but it's not me working now. It's me working tomorrow or the next day. Alright guys, until you see me in a few seconds, I say goodbye. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa from Paper Lace and Bling. I don't want the wire in the picture. Okay, so back on to this. So first thing I did was add a waterfall. And so there's 4 picture frames here. You know, not picture frames. Well, but yeah, basically. And I made it into a pocket. So that was pretty cool. So what I did was I did the base size that I wanted. and I left a 1/2 inch on either side, so I cut it 1 inch longer than I wanted it. Same distance I wanted it top and bottom because I wanted the whole picture to show. And then I glued these bad boys, these strips of paper, which were just leftovers, so they're slightly odd size. So they are 6.5 with the 1/2 inch done, and this is, you know, about 4 1/8. So it's actually folded 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, because it was a little larger than it was 6 5/8 is what I had to work with. Again, it was just scraps that I had, and so that was great. Now on this one, I've decided to do kind of a pocket flap kind of thing. I am going to need, I got a mess. Now you store your magnets, but this is what it ends up looking like. Yes, I have lots of magnets. Okay, so I got a teeny one there. Yeah, one time I ordered some magnets and I said, oh wow, these are tiny. Well, yeah, they are. Where is it? It fell in the crack of my finger. There it is, right there. So I don't use those very often. It was like, really? So this is just a piece of scrap again, and I'm just going to glue that right down here. So then I can do like a nice bookmark or something, okay? Now these, again, I'm playing with scraps. And I left the perforation on the paper because I'm going to cover it, so the perforation won't matter. And these are the ones that had the little holes for the, you know, to hang on the, this is like a recollections thing or something. So yeah, that's what I did. I just hooked one side over so the pocket's a little easier to work with, but I didn't fold over anything on this side because I don't have a lot of room for bulk on this side, so it's going to work out, I think, pretty darn good. Now, you can make these pockets or you can make them tucks. I believe I'm going to make this a tuck. You could also leave them as flaps if you wanted, but I think if you were going to leave them as flaps, I did forget to cut off a little bit of this. If you're going to leave them as flaps, you have to make sure you have enough paper. I don't have enough paper to leave them as flaps. So I don't want to have to do the back end. So I'm just going to put this where you can see the paper around it. And now it will, you can tuck things in this way. So you'll be able to tuck several pictures in. You'll be able to tuck little pieces of paper, you know, little certificates or whatever you wanted, the shot records. Let me go ahead and just give this a little snip. If you can, and the reason you do these snips is to hide the interior workings. Everybody doesn't need to see that there's a double piece of paper there. Now, I didn't do it on this one because I rounded the corner. So it's already kind of, you know, just it's already kind of hidden. But this one, I just snipped off those little pieces so that you don't see all of that other gobbledygook. Let's do the bottom. Make it into a tuck. Okay, I want it lined up with this one below me so that they're going to line up nicely. There we go. Now you can certainly round if you want to, but I think just the one, just the rounded on the corners is probably okay. Let me go ahead and put this pocket down, and you just want to get your glue as close to the edge as possible, but make sure you put on enough glue so that it will hold. And I'm just going to line this right up with the paper. I made it the exact same size as the paper, as this back sheet. Okay, so there's that. Now this one I'm going to do up here. And I did round these two corners because I'm going to use this one as a flap. But I think I'm going to round this one as well. But this one is only going to get the 1/4 inch to... Oh, no, I don't know. I think it needs the 1/2 inch. Let's see. Let's make sure we do the right one. Woo! Okay. And because this one's a flap, I will probably cover this. So I'm not going to cut anything down. It's unnecessary. So we're just putting this flap as a flap. We're not making... Now you can, if you want to make 3 trifold, 3 tucks or 3 pockets, by all means, go ahead and do that. I want this one to be about the same as the bottom, but of course line up with all 3 of them. Make sure there's no glue coming out. All right. And then here's where my magnets come in. I'm going to go ahead and use the little sticky side. I never really liked these ones that had negatives and positives to them. I'm just going to put that right there. That was probably not a good place to put it. And I need it on the inside, not the outside. So there we go. We'll put it there. And then we have this. So, the easiest way to do this, to line up for your second, is find out which way it wants to hang out. It wants to hang out with that sticky side down towards the other magnet. So I usually just leave the sticky on, and I get myself a little piece of tape. That's really not a very little piece of tape. Okay. And I flip it sticky side up, and then I put the magnet on it. Can you see that? And then I'm going to lay this down and get the stick down, and now we have a perfectly placed. Now all I'll need to do is find some kind of cute thing to glue up here. There you go. So there's that page ready to go. This one I wasn't going to do anything with. This one I cut, again, I used the pages, the tops with the perforations and the little holes. These are the ones that kind of got smaller usage. So they're almost 5.5, so almost 6 inches, because I just cut it in half. So it is 6 inches. Yeah, so it's 6 inches. I cut them in half. So when you fold it, it's 5.5 inches, and then this one was 3.25. So not a, perfect, great cut, but I had already had the pocket here, so these had to work within those parameters. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the first one. Now I have 4 light blue ones and then 2 of the more aqua ones. And I will put little strips on these, so I'm not going to cut them. And I'm going to start them right on the edge. Actually, I should, let me wipe the glue off of this. I should go ahead and cut this. My dogs are playing. Okay, so I got that cut. So we're going to lay this nice and straight and have a little bit of an edge of the green around it. So there's that. And then we'll do the second one. And there's no rule. If you're using some scraps up and you want to use 1/4 of an inch instead of 1/2 an inch for these little pieces, you don't have to use a full 1/2 an inch. You can use the 1/4 inch. At times when I really wanted something, I had about 1/8 of an inch, and I used that. I mean, it looked fantastic, so I really wanted to use that one. So all I had was 1/8 of an inch left for the size that I wanted, but I made it work. And there's lots of ways. I think I took some double-sided tape and some washi tape and put it across there, and it looked really cute, but yet it reinforced everything. All right, so we're just lining these guys right up with the first one that we put down, and we're just making sure that we're getting them nice and straight. And this one does not really look nice and straight. Let's see, but that does. Okay, so plaster that down. A little bit of glue coming out of that one. Okay, so then we're going to start on this side and do the same thing. Up. Again, I forgot. I want to go ahead and anything that's kind of in the corner, I want to kind of keep cornered. You know. Okay, now I need to close these so that I can make sure I have this one lining up with these. And there we go, right about there. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so while I was chatting with my husband, I went ahead and put the other two on, but then I just interwove them, left, right, left, right, left, right kind of thing. You can do it any way you want. And then I want to, let's see, I had them all going this way, so I might as well have it just closed this way. So I'm going to utilize the sticky part for the first one. And I always like to make sure I leave it in far enough so that you can put your paper down without having to really rub it on the ends, because it doesn't matter if you put it on the end or if you move it back in just a little bit, but then your paper will lay nicer. So you want to make sure that you do that. And again, we're going to do our little trick. Just like that. Lay this over. Pick up the sticky stuff, and boom. You can also put a piece on this one, but you're going to put paper around it, and the least amount of layers in between, the better. So this is usually what I do if I had sticky on here. If I didn't, I would go ahead and put it on both if I didn't have a sticky back. Anyway, so there is that page. This one is just simply a little pocket. But I'm thinking I want to do something a little different, you know, some kind of decoration or something on there. So I'm kind of leaving this off. I don't know if I want to die cut this or just use a lace or a trim or whatever. So I'm going to kind of leave that until I get around to doing, you know, all the tags and stuff for this book. Now this was a piece of the 12 by 12 that I had left. Now, unfortunately, at some point, I had used it to see what color spray was. So I put that on the outside because it'll mostly get covered with paper. And then the inside, I will decorate this up. And then it's going to be into this pocket right here. So there will be some very good chances for some interactivity in that little booklet. Now this page I'm going to leave just the way it is. This one's really kind of set up for, you know, a big 5x7 or something, and then of course they can either write or put pictures on that. Now over here, I decided I wanted to do another waterfall. So I don't want to put the waterfall where this is going to hit. So that leaves me with, if I stay about 1/8 of an inch off of this end and 1/8 of an inch off of this end, that gives me 3 5/8 width. And then from top to bottom, it is 1/8 off there and 1/8 off there. It is 10 1/8. Okay, so this picture I was thinking would look great at the top, and you know, cut the pieces so that they'll fit onto the to the layers, so that you'll get this picture as it lays there. I thought this would work kind of nifty with this. Of course, it'll have to be moved over, so you won't see the whole tree, but you will see mostly that it is a tree there. So that's what you're going to see on the waterfall. I thought that would be really cute. But that is as far as I've gotten so far on this. I still have not figured out all of this other. This is pretty much going to stay the same. I have not glued this down yet, just in case I change my mind. And then these guys, I still haven't come up with what I'm going to do there. I do have 2 yellow flippy flaps, and I've got 1 paper, but I still have to cover both sides. So, you know, getting kind of thin on the paper for sure. And then this is the last page, which I have a page for paper for each side, and then the back of the last page and the inside front cover. Now again, none of these are glued down, so I still have lots of opportunities there. I just have to make sure that I'm going to have enough paper for all of this. Plus, for the, I'm going to put this here, for the journal, put my magnets off to the side here. Clean up on aisle 5. I have got to do one of those. I still got lots of stuff to organize, so we'll have to do that. I had all these that I printed out from different places, and I'm sorry I cannot remember the kits. I've lost my hard drive a while ago, and some of these things that I had printed were on the hard drive. The digital kits were on the hard drive, so I do not remember where I got all these from 2 or 3 different places. But these all are going to go into this little book with all these little fun rhymes and things that are in here. Now, these are kind of glued together, so it's going to be very hard to get them all apart the way I want them, but I'm sure there'll be a workaround if I can't get them all apart. However, between this and this, it should make a nice little journal to go into that front pocket. So that's where I'm at so far, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't have too many more times to work on this, so yeah, and let me show you what I have. So I have lots of strips, okay? So I probably will be getting out my, well, what I call my glue book. I know people that do glue books, actual glue books. It's totally different than what I'm calling my glue book, which was last year's Medicare book. And I just take and paste everything down, you know, glue it all down, and then tear it out. And that gives me another, I don't know, this is like 8.5 by 11 or 9 by 11 paper. So, yeah, that's the 11, 8.5. So it's 8.5 by 11. So if I were to glue all these strips down, that would give me another 8.5 by 11 sheet to work on. And I also have smaller tidbits of strips. I have some book pages. I have some little vellum sayings. I have another book that I can cut bits and pieces out of. But as far as actual paper, I'm looking at, I think this is probably about 4.5 inches. So I have 4.5-inch strips of, you know, some of it. This is all cardstock. And then I have one 12 by 12 from the kit. And that's solid. Let's see. Let's pull this out, see what I actually have in here. This is the big paper that I'll have to work with. So I have one from the kit. I think I actually have two. And I pulled this out of my stash. And this one out of my stash, which I can use both sides of this one, which is really nice. And I have this that was in my stash. There's another one of those. This is solid. Not really wild about this. I don't know why it was in there. This could be cute in small. Obviously this color and this color is great. And this will be really cute. In fact, I have some ribbon that's got some little bubbles or circles on them. So that was cute. This is Fancy Pants, old paper. So I guess there's a few strips here that I can use, you know, for boy versus this is frogs, ribbit. So that's kind of cute. Again, this is something from my stash. I've had these papers in this little thing. This is like blue jean material, paper from my stash. Another dark blue. And then this is the front and the back of the blue set that I had used. So it was who is this? Colorbach. So probably got this at Walmart. I think that's the only place I've ever gone where there's been Colorbach. So anyway, so that's what I got left. We'll get it done. There's plenty here. Plenty. We just have to be smart with our paper. And, you know, I'll bring you along for as much as I can. I am going to have to come up with something. So if you guys know a kit that has for boys, like month 1, month 2, month 3, you know, just those numbers, you let me know. Because I did have that for a girl when I did this lady's girl mini album. And now that she has the boy, I would like to still have that because apparently she used that every month. So I think it would be smart to try and get that put in there. So if any of you know a kit that just has that, or, you know, has that in it, let me know. I don't feel like searching around for hours on Etsy. Okay, guys, till next time, thanks for watching. And gosh, I hope you're enjoying something that you're doing. And spring is coming. It's coming. I'm all bundled up because it's cold outside, and it's a little chilly in here. So not bad, but a little chilly. So till next time, bye.